Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of the D&B podcast. I'll go by the name of Camilio Salamander and my co-host, KB the Mark.
Cause I'm a fucking mark for this shit.
KB. It is the 30th episode of the podcast. We are 30 episodes in. It don't even seem like it. It just seemed like about a week ago we was just talking about what we should do with the channel, and then the next day we went ahead and shot the first episode. Time flies so bad. Now we 1,000 subscribers in and counting. We got such a loyal family, I would like to say. I thank each and every one of y'all. Without y'all, this would not be possible. I'm just glad that we actually have, like, we can actually express our feelings, and y'all actually understand what we're talking about, instead of us just talking to each other and we understand where we both coming from. Now we able to get the world will be able to know how we feel about each and every show.
I hear you, Salamander, but to be honest, they're mid. The subscribers are mid. No. Just all jokes aside, love all of them. Even the ones who try to talk shit about my baby AEW. It's okay. And that's the beauty of the channel, though, because we get to see a lot of different people's reaction to what we're watching. So we might think, oh man, this is a great show. Other people, man, this show's trash. I don't know what y'all saw. And it's always good to get everybody's side opinion, try to understand, because I remember one of the things that you said, and it always sticks by me, is just because it was an A+ match to you doesn't mean it's an A+ match to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely stuck with me. So, the subscribers, ones that's been here since the beginning, the ones that's filing in now, thank you. Continue to be everything that you can be, and thank you for the love and support.
Yes. While everyone is at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video right now before we jump into today's predictions. So, KB, Extreme Rules this Sunday. How do you feel about the show?
Any show with the head of the table on it is a great show. But I'm not, to be honest, there's only like maybe 2 matches that really have my attention. The Triple Threat United States Championship match, that's got my attention. Of course, Roman Reigns versus the Demon, that has my attention. Outside of that, nothing's really like jumping out at me.
All right, so man, I would say I'm only like the same. Looking forward to 2 matches. It would really be. I don't know. It would really be. I want to say Bianca. Of course, the Roman Reigns match, but I want to say Bianca and Becky, but I just hope they do not bury Bianca again. I really hope that. That's why I'm looking forward to it, because I think it's gonna go a little bit longer and they actually get to trade blows and stuff. But I'm gonna get into detail on my predictions on that a little bit later. But we got the first match, which will probably be on the pre-kickoff show. Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. Who do you have coming off at the top?
Oh man, that's a no-brainer. Drew McIntyre. There's no reason why you would have Drew McIntyre lose, especially not to Jinder Mahal. This is a match that's on the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
I guess it makes sense. Drew McIntyre has been doing their overseas tour, so definitely a good time to getting back on American television. So I like it. I'm glad it's gonna be on the pre-show. Drew McIntyre. If Drew McIntyre loses, that might just be probably the dumbest booking decision they've done all year.
Yes. I think the same thing. Drew McIntyre is going to win. I actually thought the last match between the two was going to be the last match between the two. But I just hope after this it's over with. I don't want to see this no more. We all know. I'm predicting it's going to be on the kickoff show. So they're going to go at least between 5 to 8 minutes anyway. Which the match don't really need to go that long. He could just kick him and get it out the way. But the next match, which this is no order, but we got the WWE Championship match: Big E versus the Almighty, the Bobby Lashley. Now, with this, I'm gonna be honest. I want Bobby to win, but the way WWE be booking things, I know it's not gonna go that way. Big E is gonna retain, but he's not gonna retain on a clean finish. It's gonna be. I really believe that Goldberg's gonna get into the way in some way somehow. He's gonna get into the match and cost Bobby the match, which is gonna set up that match in Saudi Arabia.
Has this match been announced for Extreme Rules? I don't think it's been announced.
Most likely it will be. I mean, it's one of, like, the first two is one of the ones that could be up there, but it's not on the official card. But
see, I think they're gonna do this on Monday.
Don't be surprised if you see it Sunday. Both of these matches that we just said. The actual card start next.
Okay.
But the pay-per-views. There's only 6 matches they announced. None of WWE, they usually do between 7 and 8. So don't be surprised if they, card always subject to change. So don't be surprised if they end up adding this on or fucking around Drew McIntyre, being on the kickoff show and they didn't announce it or something. So WWE. So they're the same ones that told us that we was gonna have Selena Vega match and stuff, and they never came. So they're the same ones that announce some stuff. Then Tuesday, Monday comes and it's a whole nother show. They ain't giving us nothing. They say.
You're right. Yeah. So with that being said, if the card is always subject to change. So if they do throw Big E and the Almighty on the match on the card, ultimately it's going to be Big E. You can't see them having him do a cash in only to lose that belt in 2 weeks, and then not even do nothing in the 2 weeks. So the Almighty is probably going to be out of the title picture for the foreseeable future, but I do see him getting it back. Maybe midway next year.
I will say they're gonna make Bobby still look strong because they still need Bobby. He's a great heel, so they still need great heels. So that's why I think Goldberg is gonna play into this match because he gonna get involved into the match some way somehow that costs Bobby the match. That way he still looks strong at the end of the day. It's not gonna be a clean finish, but that just remove him and Big E for right now. And then it is gonna take him out the title picture, but he's still gonna be, main focus on whatever show he be on after the draft. But I do think if he's not winning the Royal Rumble this year, he will be like the last 3, and then that just gonna put him back up there into the title picture. But he's not gonna. This time away from the title, they still gonna be making him look good.
I can definitely see that.
But first match of the show: Liv Morgan versus Carmela. I have Liv Morgan coming off at the top. There's no need. There's no reason why she should lose. Even though, Carmela is WWE baby at this point, and she get all the title pictures and she don't title shots and she really don't deserve it. But Liv Morgan be getting booked pretty strong. It's her time right now. We need new faces to be up at the top in the title picture anyway, and it's time for Liv Morgan to get that push, that proper push that she need.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan as well, especially now that you have Miss Becky Lynch as the SmackDown Women's Champion. You do need that next face who can get into a program with Becky right after Bianca. So it would only make sense for Liv Morgan to win this match.
You know what I was thinking? Liv Morgan wins, and then she just they give her a push, so she going on the winning tear and all this stuff. Especially after that one promo where she was crying and all that stuff, and then it was like the fans was really behind her. They get the fans behind her, so that way when they give her that push, she can mess around when the Women's Royal Rumble, then challenge Becky Lynch at WrestleMania and actually dethrone Becky. That would be a great story.
It would be a great story, but my question is, what do you do in between then? And then what would you do leading up to WrestleMania? Not with Liv Morgan, because with Liv Morgan, with Becky, because you still need faces.
Yeah, so the draft is coming up, so this gives a time for them to refresh their whole roster. So when they do it, Becky, she got a whole new set of faces to face, while Liv Morgan is still getting booked strong and as a new baby face and all that stuff. So when you do it, you keep these two apart. So when you do the match and all that stuff and build up to WrestleMania between the two, be real impactful and meaningful. It actually gives somebody to want to tune into the match.
Okay. I'm just thinking there aren't that many baby faces though, or there aren't that many women faces. You got what, Nikki and Rhea, Alexa.
Yeah, but it's WWE. Hopefully the draft is something new, and they will actually try something new with either drafting call-ups from NXT or giving women who ain't been on TV in a while some TV time, and stop putting women that's in a single division into tag teams and actually form a fucking tag team that's a tag. Speaking of tags and people who are actually a tag team, we have the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match with the Usos versus the Street Profits. Now, this could go either way. I'm about 50-50 with this. But if I have to put a name on it, I am gonna choose the Street Profits. They be getting ass week after week. If they gonna win at the pay-per-view, it's always like that. If you come out strong, throughout the build up to it, then on pay-per-view you looking like you most likely you gonna lose. That's the WA. So from the way this been going, the Street Profits been getting their ass whooped week after week after week. I got the Street Profits coming out the top, but I also have the Mysterios possibly helping to win, and then they can set up a Mysterios and Street Profits that will lead into Dominique Mysterio's heel turn.
So I see why you say this could be 50-50, but I'm going to argue against that. I have the Usos winning this, and not because of the bloodline storyline. Because of this, the Street Profits are 2-0. They've won both of their tag team matches against the Usos via disqualification. So with that being said, Salamander, do you really believe the Usos are going to take a pinfall loss to the Street Profits?
Nah, I don't think it's going to end cleanly, to be honest.
I don't think it's going to end clean either. But the Usos are not. The Usos are still walking out SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, this is a hard one, but I'm predicting, yeah. But it's gonna be a thing like Roman might not get mad at them because he can see like it wasn't your fault. That's why I'm thinking like the Mysterios, they're gonna be involved in some way, but like via distraction or it's gonna be something.
I will tell you this: if the Usos were 2-0 against the Street Profits, I would go with what you're saying, because it wouldn't make sense to beat them a third time. But the Street Profits are 2-0 against the Usos via disqualification. I don't see them pinning the Usos. This, like you said, this will end. This will have a fuck finish.
Mm-hmm.
But I still have the Usos retaining.
Now we have the United States Championship match. We have Damian Priest versus Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy in a triple threat match. Now, of course, Damian Priest, he's gonna retain. Like you said in your review, and this is totally true. They don't want Sheamus to lose because he is getting pushed right now. I think they're gonna end up moving him into the main title picture, and he might have a fucking feud with Big E in the future. I can see that coming. So they just added, Jeff Hardy there just to fucking take the pin. That's it. That's the only reason why he's there. Jeff Hardy deserves better, but Damian Priest coming out the top. Vince McMahon is real high on Damian Priest. He's going to retain.
So I'm with you. I'm going Damian Priest, but my heart is telling me Jeff Hardy's walking out the United States champion, and he's pinning Sheamus.
If they do that, then I don't know, because he just got the title.
But listen,
at SummerSlam.
He did, but he didn't take the pinfall. He didn't take the pinfall. It was Sheamus who took the pinfall. Damian Priest still looks strong, and you got a Jeff Hardy and Damian Priest program right there. I get it. Listen,
about to bro kick him, and he be out the match for a while, and that's what caused him something. Like he can't even be in the ring.
I think honestly, he's gonna broke, like he said, bro kick Damian Priest. Jeff Hardy's gonna do the roll up, and it'll be a shock factor victory. And the crowd will go crazy when they hear no more words and they hear that Jeff Hardy is the new United States champion. What a rise from 2 weeks ago when he was chasing the 24/7 geeks.
That's what I don't know. Well, keeping it on Raw, we have the Raw Women's Championship match on the line. Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss. Now, I'm predicting Alexa Bliss gonna come out at the top. I'm thinking it's time for WWE to go ahead and pull that trigger on her. Get her to cause she been on TV consistently since the pandemic started. They've been doing this little character since forever. But if you're gonna make a move for it, you might as well do it now. Charlotte Flair, she don't need no more titles. She already like a 20-time women's champion. She don't need any more. But I mean, you might as well. If you're gonna do it. That way, it's like a refresher for everything. You can refresh the women's division, even though they're not, but it just gives you a chance to.
So I'm actually going with the Queen. My heart is telling me to go Alexa, but guess where Extreme Rules is?
Where? In Alexa? Oh, it's in
Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, it's in her hometown. Yep, you right. She might lose then.
She might lose.
Keeping my pick the same though.
No, I'm keeping it. Like I said, my heart wants to go Alexa. It's tailor made for Alexa to win. But when I look at WWE and Alexa Bliss being in her hometown does not bode well for her. I mean, just last week, Bianca Belair was in Knoxville in front of her home crowd, and Becky got over. They put Becky over in Bianca Belair's hometown. It's a track record. Big E lost the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania to Apollo Crews in his hometown. Charlotte lost to Sasha in Charlotte. Sasha lost to Charlotte in Boston. You don't win in your hometown. It's sad. If they do it, hand clap to them. I don't see Alexa Bliss winning. Not in Columbus. They don't want to give you a feel good moment.
Yeah. You do have a point there. But what about this one? The Smackdown Women's Championship match. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. Now, I have Becky Lynch retaining, but I'm hoping it's not gonna be a squash match. I'm thinking that, basically they're gonna tell the story of Bianca being, that she wasn't ready, and Becky took advantage of it. But this time, I think this one gonna go the distance. I think this is gonna co-main event, but this match gonna go the distance. Now, I don't believe it's gonna be a clean finish because they're still gonna keep Bianca strong. I think Sasha Banks is actually going to get involved in some way too. Now I know that's my third time saying somebody gonna get involved, but it's WWE booking. This is what they do. But it just makes sense that way. She was originally supposed to face Bianca for the championship. She didn't show up. Becky took her spot. Boom. So she's going to return, cause Bianca to lose, and then have a face off with Becky, and then that's what's going to start that feud. It just makes SmackDown women's division more interesting because now you got two dominant women chasing the title. You got Bianca and you got Sasha Banks. And then when Bayley come back, boom.
So I, like you, have big time Becky Lynch retaining. I don't see this going the distance. I honestly see them playing off the handshake, because the handshake has been the thing throughout this rivalry. But instead of going for that Uranagi, or that the man's bottom is what they're calling it, I think she locks in the disarmer, makes her tap out in 3 minutes. Because the hands,
I can't. She can't tap. You can't go out like that.
It's always the handshake. Listen, Bianca has the Uranagi scouted. She proved that. She proved that on Smackdown. Handshake again. Nope, I'm not gonna go there. I'm going disarmer. Ball game. I have Bianca tapping out in 3 minutes. They're gonna do it because the fans have already expressed they didn't like how it went down the first time. So why would I even give it to you? Why would I give you what you want? They're trying to push Becky Lynch as the top heel. This is a great way to get her there. Have her squash Bianca again off the sheer ignorance of Bianca Belair as a babyface.
But now we got the main event. We got the unit. Go ahead. Take the honors.
It is the main event. The WWE Universal Championship is on the line. The head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns versus the Demon Finn Balor.
Now, I have the Demon coming off at the top.
Of course you do.
But it's not going to be clean.
Of course it's not.
None of this stuff is. But I think, Brock Lesnar, he's going to get involved. And isn't this match an Extreme Rules? Yeah, this is an Extreme Rules match. So Brock, he's going to come out. He's going to, if the Usos is there, they're going to get suplex outside the ring. He's going to get involved in some way, suplex Roman, F5 him, and then the Demon is going to climb up the top rope, hit the coup de grace for the 1-2-3 pin. And then that's going to set up that match against Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. They don't want it to be Roman being champion because that means they have to put the title on the line. And at the end of the day, we know that Brock is going to win that match because it's WWE, so he's going to win. But they don't want Brock to be the champion at this moment. So I think that is the only way to do it, to get the title off of him and stuff. But he's going to gain the title right back around. He might fuck around. They might keep it off of him until January and have him challenge him again at the Royal Rumble. Because if they go that way, he faced Brock or he might fuck around and win at Crown Jewel. So he faced Brock in October. He's winning. November, he's not worried about Finn Balor right now because now they're setting up him and The Rock for Survivor Series. Then you got TLC. So I don't know what can happen at TLC. Which they probably won't do nothing at TLC. I have the whole month of December. You know, you basically make him number one contender for the match and have him. You know, you can do that build up for the match the whole month. January, you can still do the build up until the Royal Rumble comes. Boom. Either have him win it at the Royal Rumble, or have him lose at the Royal Rumble, enter himself into the Royal Rumble match at number 30, come out and win the whole shit, challenge him at WrestleMania, and then take it at WrestleMania. That way, Finn Balor, he got his proper run with the title that he never lost. Plus, at the end of the day, he's not getting made look like he's nothing. He overcame Roman twice. Well, I would say once, because the first one, Brock got involved. The one at Royal Rumble will be a good match. But at this time, you know, Roman's not champion, so he would be able to take a loss and not look weak because he regained himself by, you know, entering the Royal Rumble just an hour later, winning the whole thing. So he overcame Roman once, you know, and then he loses at WrestleMania. He get a proper both. It's a good story. You know, Finn Balor, he get that proper run with a title he never lost. You know, even when he came back, he never got put back in the spot that he deserved to be in because it was other people in the way, i.e. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. We kept seeing that. Now that, you know, he's getting his time again, he came back from NXT, dominating NXT, came back, Brock Lesnar coming back, and they pushing that Brock and Roman stuff again. I think that's what it's gonna lead into. They're just gonna give it as a thank you for, you know, waiting this long and understanding what we was doing. This is our thank you. This is what you're gonna do. Boom. That's a good 6-month reign.
If the head of the table, the tribal chief, the Universal Champion loses, that might be the dumbest booking decision they do all year. Though I have no doubts he'll get it back, it will ruin all the mystique of what this character is. I do believe Brock Lesnar will show up, but he won't show up until the end of the show, after Roman Reigns retains against the Demon. Then Brock Lesnar will show his face. The boys at Crown Jewel want a Universal Championship match. They've always gotten one since they started going over there. So I have no doubt it will be a Universal Championship match between Brock Lesnar and Roman, which Roman will not lose to Brock Lesnar because we've been there, done that. Brock Lesnar is no longer the guy. Roman is the guy. That's a play on his old gimmick because he is now and forever WWE. The head of the table, the tribal chief, the WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns.
We gonna see. We will see in about 2 hours. So let's see if we right. Everyone who's watching this, y'all go ahead and let us know in the comment section below who was most accurate. That's what we gonna say. So go ahead and let us know in the comment section below who was more accurate, Carmela Salamander or KB. But that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the D&B podcast. Like I said, I go by the name of Carmela Salamander and my co-host KB the Mark, and we will see you soon on the next one.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.